Hello? Hi, do we see and do we hear? That was me, like, briefly checking to see whether or not my microphone was muted. Yes. Hi, everybody. How we doing? I would like to direct your attention to the lump beneath the blanket. That's Mochi. He's been wandering around house making the saddest cat sounds you've ever heard. I'm like, buddy, what? What's wrong? Are you in pain? Do you suffer? He was cold. So now he is warm, and now he is happy. Now he is bundled and tucked. Hello, good morning. I announced on Discord that we would be late. Thank you for your patience. I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning putting out our new video. If you did not catch yesterday's stream for the title update for Showcase Reaction, that is now in an easily digestible, shortened and edited format for you. I think it's very funny, actually. A video editor, Al Austin, did a great job. So please do watch that if you feel so inclined. And if you're on YouTube, that will be our latest video. And if you are on Twitch, that is the link that is pinned in the chat. Please watch.
I won!
Well, thank you so much for subscribing. How have you been? I can't believe it's been half a year already. Giver, I have not completed the endemic capture questline. I am still missing my sand star. I've been so busy grinding out Hunter 3s for the endless talisman grind. I said grind twice. I'm really tired, everyone. There's like my comfiest, coziest hoodie I usually only pull out when it's raining or if I really don't feel, and I almost put that on today. I was almost like, God, it's the enormous hoodie day, isn't it? I've had it for like 15 years. It's fucking disgusting inside, but it's so comfy. I feel like we all have that one that's just comfy. Like we just want to wear it. Finally here after watching the YouTube videos I'm on and look for yes. So we do hunts with the community. Those are under, we do hunts with subs, but I'll post the code on Discord, and subscribed viewers are of course more than welcome to join. Delta is here because of the short. Which one? I gotta ask which one. But I haven't even looked at, is my camera doing some weird shit with exposure right now? Hang on. I swear I look at it and I'm watching it get brighter and then go back down and then brighter and then go back down. None of my settings changed. That's weird. I don't care. I'm too tired. I can't, yes, it is. Is it whenever I move? That's so weird. So I have to ask, how do you catch the sandstar? Maybe I'll put on the hoodie after all. I think maybe it doesn't like the white in the center of the shirt, which is really funny because I've worn this before. See, yeah, people who aren't insane like me won't see it, but I see the difference. So grinding for fire weapons. So today, I think really the only thing that I need on my wish list, this is weird. No, there's something really fucked up going on with my camera. Hold on. How do I want to try to fix this? I'm going to turn it off and back on. I'll be right back. Oh, God. Oh, ah. Can you guys still hear me? I feel like you can hear me. I feel like we're probably good. Is it better? Oh, fuck. Is it not coming back? No, we're back. Okay. Let's see if that made it a little bit better. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to put a hoodie on or something because it'll piss me off the whole time. Unless it becomes invisible when we move into small camp. It doesn't. See, it's like pulsing the exposure up and down. No signal, my favorite. There's always some kind of problem. When we initially started, the mixer had crashed. So I had to do a really cheeky restart of the mixer before we transitioned onto the starting soon screen. Hi, Graceful. What's going on? Yeah, no, this is weird. It shouldn't be doing this. My temps are good. It's never done this before. Every time I try to stream, y'all, something happens. Might be the lack of sleep. I know I'm not hallucinating.
I
Surely,
won.
I would never. Gorsby for 36 months. That's 3 years. Thank you so much for subscribing. How have you been? It was the GOG short. That would do it. So I think I saw someone asking for if I'm grinding for fire weapons. The only thing that's actually on my wish list are Omega nodules. I have actually never been more demoralized in any game than I have been by the hunt for Omega nodules. I've killed 30 Omegas and I still need 7. I think it's honest, like it's insulting to me how bad the drop rate on nodules. It's like we're moving through the desire Ouroboros all the way around from I need it so bad, I don't care anymore. Like I am almost ready to give up the nodule grind. Yes, we are having camera issues. Are y'all seeing this shit? It should not be doing this. You give me a second. I'm gonna see. I think it's the white in the shirt. I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna see if this fixes it, and I hope that it will. I expect that it will. If it doesn't, that's an even bigger problem because that means I probably have to like do some kind of firmware update on the camera itself. I saw one person say I should turn off motion blur, but it's like we don't have motion blur on because we use a mirrorless camera. So like the blur is because of the lens that we have on. It's not something that we're doing in post. So but the white walls have never caused any problems. All the walls have always been white. I don't know. I give up. That's the bouquet exactly. Sorry everyone for the late start and the rough start. I'm still waking up. And I do have that. Yeah, no, everything should be good. I was like, my lights are off, right? The lights are off, the overhead lights. But so here's sort of my plan for today. I think we should hunt. Anyone who can join, hunt anything you need. I might prioritize 9-star hunts for myself because I still need a golden age talisman. And I would really like to try to get one before GOG drops. I think it's unlikely that we'll actually make that work, but it's fixed enough that I feel comfortable streaming on it. I'll probably need to run some diagnostics myself off stream later, but what can be done, baby? Also, thanks for the follows, everyone. Welcome in. I really appreciate you you stopping by. I know we've had some people in the community going through who have needed like Zo gems or dissenters or anything. Feel free to form your own hunt parties. Like we all have stuff to do, and I think we all need to just like get in and get stuff working. So my fire Ardian weapon I don't think is as good as it could be, but I don't think it's awful either because I think even the worst Ardian weapon you could possibly create is still going to be better than like the high rank alternative. So 9-star Jin for weekly. Yeah. So I will say I would really prefer to avoid 9-star Steve. He's just so mean, man. Like and part of it is legitimately a skill issue. I do not know how to hunt this particular monster effectively, which leads to me overextending and getting punished. And there's really not a lot of room for punishment recovery in the 9-star hunts, especially if you're like me and you fuck up repeatedly and then you take 2 punishes back to back and then you cart. I think Steve is probably one of the more difficult hunts for me and my playstyle. And what that reveals is that there's a weakness or a learning there that I need to address. Graysel, I'm a dual, so I really like dual blades. And I really, really like Lance. I have not played Lance in a really long time because it became too resource intensive for me to upkeep two different sets, especially as we moved into high rank, past high rank, into end game with more challenging monsters getting dropped and released. It was really difficult for me to hunt enough to acquire the resources to maintain upgrades on two totally different sets. So we've kind of moved almost exclusively into dual blades for now, which is not a lack of interest in the other weapons. That was entirely dictated by available resources that we had. I'd really like to get back into Lance. I I I think I'm gonna have to learn Charge Blade because the Gogma Charge Blade looks so good. And yes, I am vain, and yes, I am driven entirely by appearance in video games. Looking good means I feel good, and the Charge Blade looks good. See, I need to learn SNS also. We don't have any alert sounds, do we? Oh, the whole thing is fucking broken. You're kidding. Did anybody hear? Hold on. Darksteel, thank you for subscribing, by the way. I really appreciate that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alerts are broken. Cool. Cameras busted. Alerts are broke. It's whatever. It's whatever. You're not here for the sound bites. You're here for me. I feel like the bork of it all at this point is to be expected, and it's hopefully part of the charm. Farming dragon and fire weapons. I need parts, I think, more so than anything. Less so I need parts and talismans. So I think I'll do anything 9-star. Hopefully not, preferably not Steve. He's so, and it's the positioning. There's been a lot within my own hunter toolkit that I have neglected. And initially that was because we were new to the game and the franchise, and we were trying to figure out like our foundational skills, right? Learning how to move, learning how to wield our weapon effectively. So I really neglected traps, slinger stuff, ammo, all that kind of stuff. Buffs, I neglected buffs for a while because it wasn't mandatory. And that set me up for future failure. Now here we are hundreds of hours later. Spar, thank you also for subscribing. Welcome in. Where I don't know how to use slinger ammo effectively if I get pinned. I don't know how to chain traps together to make monsters that move around a lot stay in one place to optimize my DPS. I struggle a lot with getting flying monsters out of the sky. Like, this is all stuff I really should have learned, and I made the active decision not to learn it, to prioritize learning other things, and then I never went back. So, and I think Steve really highlights that because he's just in the sky and I can't really get him down, and I can perfect dodge the 3 in a row swipes if I'm paying attention, but then by the time I get close to him to try to attack, he does his butt swish and then rocks fly at me, and then I'm bleeding, and then he's in the sky again, and it's like I just can't hit him. So that is a hunt that I will need to study up. And it's extra funny too because when Loggy and Steve dropped simultaneously, I thought Loggy then was the harder hunt for me. And I was like, this isn't a problem. But when the 9-star variants came out, it very quickly inverted because there's just not a lot of bleed is nasty. Bleed is nasty, man. Like, Loggy will punish me for overcommitting. And I can kind of learn to back off on that. But Steve just punishes me for the thrill of pain. It's so tough. But while you are in focus mode, if you push in the left stick, you'll fire your pod. Struggling to know how to use items. Savage Omega helps that. Yes, so Savage Omega was really... And I appreciate... And obviously, it's like I come at this from the perspective... It's still doing that bullshit exposure. Whatever. I don't care. I care a lot, actually. I say I don't care. That's a lie. Savage Omega helped me realize what I had in my kit that I could use. Because, again, it's like... And I can kind of use, like, ultimate raids as sort of, like, the analog for this. Final Fantasy XIV is not a difficult game unless you want it to be. And if you want it to be challenging, you do the harder content. And it's only by doing the harder content that you realize what you're doing wrong. because there might be like skills in your hotbar that you've never needed to use because the easier content didn't demand, like it wasn't required. So you just kind of like you can be very comfortable where you are, and that's where I am, and that's where I was. I was really comfortable. I was just comfortable in low rank and high rank, and there wasn't necessarily a push for me to lock in, put in the groundwork, do a little bit of extra learning, do a little bit of extra tech refinement because it wasn't mandatory. Now it's becoming more mandatory, and I really need to sit down and do it. But I've gotten a lot better at my consumables, keeping my food buffs active, refreshing my food buffs when insurance goes down, because that's a one-time thing. That's not per hunt. We do a lot better with cycling through the dash juice and the armor skin and the demon drug. Like I've settled into a flow with a lot of things, and it's actually really satisfying for me to think about where I am now and contrast that with where we were when we started, which was like just remembering to prep for a hunt was so tough for me. Like I would just accept the hunt and then go, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck, I didn't eat. I didn't restock. I have no potions. I have no food. Like my health bar has been capped." Like just the fact that we are in like something of a flow state is really satisfying, but it could be more optimized than it is, and I'd really like to see that happen. So I may not need the defense, but I feel like I should take it. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. I'm sorry. That's this is what I get for not seeing every conversation. There is armor with inbuilt bleed resistance. And ultimately what I need to do when I eventually have the time is to sit down and kind of tailor out a couple of comfortable and appropriate armor sets. Now we've got sound. Maybe our tech. There's a ghost. Yeah, my computer's being fucking haunted. Bearwitch, thank you so much for subscribing. How are you? What's going on? I want to get. I need to delete a lot of the armor sets I have currently saved because a lot of them were from low rank, saved exclusively because of the way that they look, because we hadn't done layered armor yet. I didn't know that existed, hadn't unlocked it. So I just saved a lot of stuff that looked good, but it's not necessarily things that are actually useful now based on where we are in the game. And it doesn't really, and a lot of what I need is kind of getting lost in there because I think I've got 3 pages worth, but only like 3 or 4 of them are actually any decent. So what I'd like to do if I have time, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday actually before GOG drops, is I want to sit down and I want to go through all of my armor sets, delete the ones that are useless, and then maybe chain together a couple that are comfortable, like something that might have adaptability or bleed resistance baked in, like not necessarily together. Something that has like a lot of regen, like maybe we run like Guardian, Arkveld, and Zoe. Something that might have a lot of stamina, like just a couple of different options that balance like DPS, which I think is, if we're gonna really prioritize damage, I think it's probably gonna end up being Raydao Gamma and New Udra Gamma, or even potentially like New Udra Gamma with loggy armor. I think I need to revisit the skills, but that's what I thought the last time we looked. So did we just have like one for raw power if we want to deal a lot of damage, and then maybe like one that has just a lot of stamina regen if I feel like I don't know what I'm fucking doing and I need to be able to like run around and like make a lot of mistakes. Like a couple of different, we'll have like a clear build, we'll have a prog build. It'll be good. It'll be easy. It won't be easy. It'll be a challenging hunt, but I really want to be able to hold my own. I don't want to be the weak link in any hunt party. And I feel like that's not going to happen, but that's always something that I feel I'm very sensitive about it, especially as a new player and as someone who can readily identify weaknesses in the way that they approach the game. I want to make sure that that's not like an albatross around the neck of my hunting party. But also, yeah, we've got the command for the Discord there. You are welcome to join. We do a lot. Oh, that's what I forgot to announce. Movie night tonight on the Discord with subscribed viewers. We will be watching the new Knives Out film that was just released, and we'll be watching that in a little less than 4 hours at 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be bring me, I'll be the anchor. Bueno, we can be the anchor together. 2 anchors, anchor squared. Regen is good if you having it set up right. Yes, and that's something I think that is a set that I ran initially after like immediately after clearing high rank for the first time. I think that's the set that I ran the longest. I'm pretty sure it was like Zoe regen, but I don't think it was coupled with the Guardian Arkfeld set. I think it was something else. And I remember that feeling like I just had a lot of stamina. I felt like I had a lot of room to fuck up. And I ran that set straight through until like Logi came out. Like we did all like Arch Tempered Ray Dow that way. Logi and Steve. Wow. Maybe Tuna also. I actually don't think I may not have updated my armor until Omega was released.
Good.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Comfort set and a max DPS set with your resistances in decos was pretty normal. Yes. Okay, so I am not like spitting nonsense. Like I'm kind of on the right track here with how I feel, like the variety that I think I should have in the builds, especially since I'm going to need to upgrade something specifically for GOG. We're going to be a little limited based on spheres. Hey, do we get armor spheres from the 9-star hunts? Please say yes. Because I know we don't get Hunter 3s. And that was bumming me out for a while because I had like 90 Hunter 3s I had to get. Late to the T4 reaction, watched it super fast to catch up and hit live right as it ended. Happy to be here on time. Hey, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun for us to edit together. And I'm really glad that we watched it, actually. I know I had gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted to be surprised. But all it did was make me more excited. I didn't come away feeling like I had been given some kind of spoilery knowledge, like unfair advantage that I shouldn't have as a first-time hunter. So it's very exciting. Ooh, how to join the Discord if you can't use Twitch? The answer for that is you can't, unfortunately. That is a setting I have been meaning to adjust for several months. And I have not had the time to sit down with the bot and code a solution because coding makes me want to. So I need to do it. I haven't done it. If you are only a YouTube watcher and you do not have a Twitch account, there is currently not a way for you to join the Discord, unfortunately. I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. My best is not enough, and I'm really, really late, and we're super far behind. But I know it's an issue. I know it's a problem. It's on my to-do list, and I am hoping that I will get to it actually maybe like in the next couple of weeks because I think I'm going to take some time off for Christmas. So, and instead of actually relaxing, I'll use that to go through tasks and chores on the list of things that need to be completed. And that's another problem, but we won't talk about that one. Why relax when you can be productive? Will I ever be playing World? The question on everyone's mind. Yes. I don't know when. And I don't know if World will be the immediate next Monster Hunter game that I play. I've talked a lot about how streaming is like an intersection of circles. It's a Venn diagram, right? And one circle is game that I want to play. And one circle is game that is good to stream. And then in a perfect world, the game will be in the intersection of that, in the center of the Venn diagram. That doesn't always work out. I really, really, really feel so deeply and tremendously in my heart, actually, that I want to play for you. I just want so badly to know more about that game and experience that game and see that game. I want to play that game.
I won.
But thanks for subscribing, Paladin. How are you? What's going on? How have you been? But I say the caveat to that is that, and I hope it's not like somewhat gauche of me to discuss like the business of streaming or whatever. The discoverability of For You compared to World is significantly smaller. So it's like, if I were to make a smart business decision or whatever, it would be World, and then we clear World and we build up a little bit more audience or Monster Hunter goodwill or familiarity in that way, and then we do For You when we have a little bit more of an established community with Monster Hunter specifically that wants to see that. But I'm really impatient and I want what I want and I want it now. So I might just say, hey, world comes later, and I want to play for you now. So I can't make any promises, but yes, we will definitely be playing at least one of the older Monster Hunter titles. It's kind of just a question of which one we tackle first. Because I really feel it in my heart that I want to play for you, especially because there's so much of for you in Wilds already, right? Where we have Gugmazios, we have Gormagala, I think Steve is also for you. Fabius, Nadia, like Gemma, she's baby. Like there's just so much in for you that I am already so interested in and fond of, and it's so near and dear to my heart that I feel like we would be really strongly advantaged going into for you first. But World is that's the big one. That's the big fucking game. Most people really enjoyed. I think that's arguably number-wise potentially the most successful, well-known Monster Hunter game, so it does make a lot of sense. And I play the game with myself as well. It's like, what would be the easier adjustment? Also, Kabuki, thanks for the sub. Welcome in. Because if I were to go from 6th gen to 4th gen, that's huge. That's a big jump. There are and I talk about potentially the challenges that we might face going from Wilds just to World, right? Losing focus mode, me complaining and gnashing my teeth about gender locked armor. And I'm sure that 4th gen might lose some extra quality of life features that maybe were introduced in World. So it's like I wonder a lot about what would be the most comfortable way to experience the older titles. And it's like if we went from 6 to 5, we'd have a little bit, we could adjust to that, and then we'd go from 5 to 4, and it would be a little bit, like that would be a much more, what's the word that I'm looking for? I feel like it would be an easier transition, whereas if we went from 6 to 4, that would be really steep. That could potentially be a really steep incline of feature loss or jank. Like FromSoft, especially notorious for the jank in their old games. I don't know if Monster Hunter games have jank, but it could be. And the flip side to that is that if it's a steep incline going down and we adjust to that, that means going from 4 to 5 will feel really good. But I wonder a lot about what it will feel like moving backwards and what potentially the best way to handle that is. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's kind of where my thought process is. And those are the titles I'm eyeing the most. Everyone wants to see me play World. Whenever someone asks if I'm going to play another Monster Hunter game, it's always World that they ask about. And my interest is there. But I don't know anything about World. I don't know the characters. I don't know any of the NPCs in it. I don't even think I know any of the monsters. No. So Odogaron. Odogaron was initially released in World, right? I think so. I think that's the only 5th gen monster I have any experience with. Whereas there's so much of for you in Wilds. It feels very close. It feels very accessible because that love that I have, it's already kind of there, whereas World feels, it's very unknown. There's nothing about World that I know at all, which isn't a bad thing. My favorite dog, and I was gonna say, I was like, wait, is it Odogaron or Anjanath? Which one of those were World monsters? And there's a secret third answer, and that's both. Okay, so Anjanath and Odogaron were both from World. Are those really the only exclusive? Are those really the only monsters that were introduced in World to have made it to base game Wilds? You don't really need to know anything to get to. I know I don't need to, but it always helps for me. It always helps. And Rathlos and Rathian are always there, so I know them too. I hate that couple. Hey, I saw you and your wife from across the bar, and I needed to tell you your vibes were rancid. That's how I feel. It actually having watched the showcase, I think there might be a chance. It's slim, but it's not. My camera is still doing some fucked. Why are you doing some fucked up bullshit? Sorry, this is me reading the numbers on the bottom of the screen. They should all be, they're the same. They're the same. It's not my problem. It is my problem. I'll look at it on break maybe. There is a chance, it's slim, but it's not zero, that Monster Hunter Stories, the one coming out in March, actually ends up potentially, I don't want to say redeeming or like fully resolving my spite with Rathian, but the beef might go from like a -2 to a 0. We might become neutral. I don't know if we'll like each other, but we might become like suspicious and tentative. Stories is. I did not want to like Baby Rathian. I did not want to care for Baby Rathian. And for ages, we were watching the showcase. I did not care for Baby Rathian. But then they dropped a special Baby Rathian. And she was a little purple and green. And they called her the Dread Queen. And I was like, fuck, that's really cool, actually. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, I hate you. Why do you get a cool title and a new color scheme? And then tiny, can hold in my hand a little. What is the beef with Rathian? So, obviously, Wild is my first Monster Hunter game. And I didn't... When you beat low rank and you enter high rank, they just kind of like drop some new monsters around for you. And they don't really tell you about that. So you can find Rathalos and Rathian. And they're not really tied into optional quests or anything like that. Like the guild does not tell you to go find them. They're just kind of out in the world. And, God, was it Mizu? It might have been Mizu. We were trying to hunt Mizu. And there was this fucking dragon in the Scarlet Forest that would not leave me alone. I was just like, I'm sick of you. Everywhere I go, the dragon is also. And I ended up getting like really pissed off and I killed him. I was like, you're dead. I'm following you and you're going to die because I'm sick of you just like being in my vicinity, causing me problems that I could solve if I were better at the game. And instead, I'm going to complain about it. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. So we track this thing all through the Scarlet Forest and we kill it. That was my very first Rathalos hunt. And where it died, Alma goes, wow, check out that egg. We should bring that back to the guild. And I go, baby, whatever you want, you get. Like, let's be so serious. I will spend any amount of money on you. Whatever you ask for, you will receive. So I pick up the egg. And she goes, uh-oh. Its parent is mad. And I'm like, girl, its parent is fucking dead at my feet. Like, I just carved off a bunch of skin from this corpse. It is not getting back up. Would you like to know what came to get me? Rathian. And I was like, well, that's a thing, I guess. So it runs into me. I drop the egg. I kill the Rathian. Pick up the egg again. And another Rathian comes to get me. And I cross my arms and I frown and I start muttering incantations under my breath. And we kill that Rathian too. And then I open my map and there's 2 other Rathians in the Scarlet Forest. And I say, this is fucking stupid. These things are going to come get me as long as they're alive. That's it. They have to die. They all have to die. And then I went through the Scarlet Forest killing every single Rathian that would spawn until I had like a 20-minute break with no Rathian in sight at all on the map. Went back up on like climbed the vines, past the bones of all of the various flying wyverns that I've slaughtered up until this point. I pick up the egg. And hi, honey. Sorry, that was Mochi. He moved. And then I had to like carry it back to camp and it took like 8 minutes and so much sweat and irritation and a very classic egg experience, I feel. Veteran hunters are surely familiar with this phenomenon I am describing. But it was really funny because I didn't know Rathian existed. So I was just like, girl, what are you talking about? And ever since then, I have just really not enjoyed any time spent near or around or with or in the vicinity of the Wrath couple. Rathian specifically. I got beef with her. Yeah, I just don't. But
I won.
But baby Rathian, who is a dread queen, is kind of cute. She's purple. She's small. So Fox, thanks for getting that subscription out. I really appreciate that. But so we'll see. Stories might do what Wilds could not, and they might. Maybe it's time for Rathian and I to bury the hatchet. Grizzly, I straight up could not do the arena quests. When I saw that I had to hunt a Rathian, I looked at the community and I said, I'm not doing this. Somebody queue up for the arena quest with me. I'm gonna stand in the corner. I'm not fucking fighting this monster. And I went. That's exactly what I did. And I think Gemini went in with Hunting Horn and just like soloed Rathian like 10 times in a row because I just stood in the corner pouting. I was like, I've had enough. I can't. I'm not strong enough for this monster again. It was like a whole fucking thing, but yeah, Edgesmith, exactly. Sometimes a family is a Rathalos and a Rathian and a Rathian and a Rathian and a Rathian. That's exactly what it felt like. I was like, girls, do you all know about each other? Are you down with this? Are you communicating? Is there an accord in place? Like, your man's dead. You ain't got to do this no more if you don't want. They really wanted to. Yeah. And it was extra funny because as someone who has never done an egg quest, has never had any experience with the egg quest, I pick it up and I have to like dodge Lalabarina and Conga Lala on my way back to base camp. And it's like so tense. I feel like I'm in a Metal Gear Solid game. Like the stealth is so stressful. And we get back and then they just take it. They're like, great, thanks. And they like give me a pittance of money. I thought something really cool was gonna happen. I thought maybe it was gonna unlock another quest or maybe it's like some kind of up. They just gave me like 10 guild points and sent me on my way. It was like a 4-hour endeavor. And for what? For what? Ridiculous. Also, Debbie, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I made dual blades. But Lance has my heart in a way. And again, it's like I haven't had the resources to adequately keep up with being able to play multiple weapons, keeping them upgraded, keeping their respective armor sets top of the line. But I really, really, really like Lance. And I'm hoping that after GOG Mazios, maybe since we know that the last update we'll get before Master Rank is going to be Arch-Tempered Arkveld in February, maybe I can spend like the next couple of months post GOG, like getting getting those Ardians solid, and then maybe actually being able to like elevate an extra weapon. Because I really like dual blades, but if I have to hunt for a really long time, you like activating Y and B with my thumb over a period of several hours really starts to hurt my hand. And I don't like it really starts to cramp up after a while. So I would be very interested in returning to a weapon where I don't necessarily have to hit these two buttons simultaneously over and over and over and over and over again. A lot of time, lots of reps. Because it just kind of makes me sore after a while. And the solution to that is to not play Monster Hunter. So what is my fucking camera doing? It's ridiculous. I feel like, what's his name? Gale from Baldur's Gate 3. I've got the orb in me. Like, I'm gonna explode. But so that's something that I want to see. And yeah, people have told me that like back paddles for the controller can make a big difference. I think especially if you play Insect Glaive. And I've played a little bit of Insect Glaive, but given that if I do this too many times, like for too many hours, it's not comfortable. I probably can't do like the claw that some Insect Glaive players have adopted to get the best use out of their weapon. But I remember Lance feeling really comfy. It was like I felt like I only had to hit a couple of buttons, and maybe I hop, and then I can guard. Like that felt comfortable. So I need a backup weapon that's comfy that I can switch off to when my hand starts to cramp, since I have no self-discipline and I will sit and play Monster Hunter for hours until I'm in pain. But Lance getting a ton of buffs in the new patch. I haven't played Hammer since Hammer got buffed. That's also a weapon that I'd like to return to. I had a tough time getting used to it. People were like, it's Hammer, it's easy. And it didn't feel satisfying to me, but I think maybe now that they've like punched it up a little bit in its weight class, it could feel a little different. I didn't feel strong. But also I was probably fucking the combos. So I'm not willing to say it was a Capcom. It's not Capcom's fault necessarily. Nothing that makes it play any differently. It's just stronger. Ooh. Back paddle saved Sun with bug stick. Use gyro aiming. I don't think I've done anything with gyro aim since like I played Breath of the Wild and I was in like certain certain shrines. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that probably this doesn't have that, but I don't necessarily trust in my ability to hold the controller in a level way because I'm always just like doing some shit with it. And I feel like introducing a mechanic where I need to keep it level would only draw greater challenge, unfortunately. Yeah, Remy, I don't know what it is. It's got to be some kind of ergonomic thing, or like maybe the controller's a little too big, maybe my hands are a little too small, maybe it's just like I don't know what it is, but if I'm doing a lot of hunts and I'm on dual blade for more than a couple of hours, I start to feel like I get it right here on like the outside of my thumb. It just like gets really, really tight and uncomfortable. And then this is really funny. If I've been doing this might actually be a little pathetic, but I think it's also kind of funny. Sometimes if I've done like a really long day of hunting, like 5 hours, 6 hours, and I get like that pain in my thumb, the next day when I wake up, like my wrist will be sore. And if I like touch my wrist, like it's firm to the touch. Like all like the muscles in my hand have just been like flexed up and clenched. And like this wrist will be soft and this wrist will be like buffed out. And I'm just like, oh God, hope I'm not getting any kind of tendon problems. The hunt is too serious. Yeah, just like, but I'm only getting jacked on one side. I don't know. It's very weird. And again, it has to be something, because like my hands are not very big, right? So I can only imagine it's just like something I think probably what's happening is I need to like move my hand slightly up the controller to even be able to touch those buttons at the same time. And then it just ends up like Hank, instead of like you don't get that clean line, it ends up like collapsing in on itself, and that's what causes all the tension. But hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I would not. I almost certainly would not have survived PSP era. Yeah, especially because I've been told like the claw grips for previous games, especially with Insect Glaive, were like really, really legitimately uncomfortable. But we suffer for what we enjoy. We do. Listen, those bugs, those are our friends. Yeah, we'll suffer for bugs. It is. It's really pathetic. But we'll see. Let's we're set to take our first break in like 10 minutes. Okay, let's chat for another 10 minutes then, and then when we go on break, I'm gonna check my camera. And I will get the lobby up and running, and I will get that code posted on Discord in the Monster Hunter thread for subs. And I would like people's opinion on the GOG set that I have in mind. I won't make it a big build thing. I won't have us dedicate like 30 minutes to it, but I'll like go through and I'll like put it together real fast, just like the main pieces. And then maybe if you guys can recommend some decos, I can write those down and slot them in later. Just because, again, it's like armor spheres, major concern for me in this game. I don't really have a large margin of error for experimentation or upgrading the wrong pieces. So I want the veterans, I want the accomplished players to look at the set and be like, yeah, that's good. And then I know that it's viable. Because if I put it together and I upgrade it, and then I'm like, look, everyone, look what I did. And everyone is like, hey, that is like abysmal dog shit. I'll be like, well, uh-oh. Now I have no Zenny and no armor spheres, and this is just what I have to run because it's the only thing that I've got. So we'll see. My bug has landed the last blow on so many. Dude, that bug is putting in work. Bug deserves recognition. That's really funny, actually. I didn't realize that the Kinsects themselves did damage. I thought they just went and like grabbed your resources. Like I thought it was, I don't know what I thought. I guess I thought it was just like part of the loop of the rotation, but it wasn't actually providing any kind of like damage benefit. So knowing that the bugs are hurting the monster, that is a little bit funny. Especially since some of them look pretty cute. Just raw dog with my general build and Shay things if I cart too much. Yeah, but I need to anticipate that the cart's gonna happen, especially with GOG, I think. There's probably a better word or a series of words for the phenomenon that I'm about to describe. But when you see something new and novel for the first time, it's very awe-inspiring and it's very exciting. And you are so caught up in just processing what you are seeing that your performance takes a sharp nosedive. And the more familiar you become with that thing, the more predictable it is, you know, the edge of shock wears off and you're able to lock in and play a little bit better. So I need a set that will give me a wide net, because I imagine that the first like 4 to 5 runs at GOG, I have absolutely no fantasy of clearing GOG on our first try. I'm probably just gonna be like, whoa, oh my god, no way, what? Like, just not, like, he's gonna do something and I'm gonna freak out, and because it's cool and it's this incredible spectacle, this enormous monster I've never seen before doing moves I can't possibly like. So I need a set that accounts for that. And then on like when we become a little bit more familiar, and when I can play the game like this, we can put on the clear set. But while I'm still like, you know, we need the comfort, I think. GOG will be rough even for 4 you. I believe it. And I hope so. Like, that's what I want also. I want it to be a challenging hunt, but I come from, again, a Dark Souls background. So my perspective on that is already twisted. Yeah, the cockles of my blackened heart are already iced over. Being cautious. Exactly. Yeah. So I want to give myself a good window of maybe like a survivability pad at the expense of DPS, which I think is initially how we approached Omega as well. We had a prog build, and then when I got comfortable with the fight and familiar with the moveset and were able to predict what was going to happen, and we started getting, we were passing the DPS check really routinely, like that's when we switched into the clear build, and that was less comfort, more power, and that's been really comfy to use against him ever since. So It is. Well, that's the thing, Demi Chris. It's a large hunt because you've got 2 parties of 4. But I don't think that will make it necessarily easier. I think the stakes for this hunt are going to be really high. So and again, it's like if they maintain the precedent that they established for Omega, which is that support hunters, when they cart, they don't count towards your threshold. Like that'll be really convenient, but if I cart, that will still count towards our threshold. So I want a set that will give me a little bit of padding. Yeah, a little bit of comfy, a little bit of, put me in a really big coat, like lots of down packed inside. Like what's like one of the suits that those guys wear for like, oh god, what's it called, like self-defense training, where they're just like, they're the Michelin man and you get to punch them a lot. That's what I need to bring into the hunt. Mm-hmm. I need to become the Michelin Man. That is carrying us into MR, and then we don't have any info on MR at all, right? I feel like we don't even have like a month to anticipate, or I don't even think we have any rumors. I know people have told me that like traditionally it's dropped like about a year after the base game has come out. And if that trajectory holds true, I think we'll see it in like March, which to me feels like way too soon. So I'm wondering if it might be like April or May. The dog bites exactly. Yes, that is exactly it. But the suit that you wear when you're training dogs to do bite things. Precisely. That's what I want to wear. No biting, GOG. Not allowed. We can take estimates. Other than that, we have no idea. They're being very quiet about it. I can appreciate that, though. I feel like there is a lot of very valid criticism and frustration that people can have about the game and its performance, but I also think that there's a subset of very, very vocal and like very, very vocal people who delight in the sheer cruelty of it, who take things to a really personal level and mistreat like whatever Capcom representative they can find online. And I take personal beef with that because I think that behavior is like pretty despicable, actually. Again, the Netherese orb in me is like, what is happening? So I almost feel like some of that like really unacceptable mistreatment has potentially bled over into how Capcom discusses the game publicly or like shares announcements regarding it. But I think we'll probably hear something in February or March. So sometimes you make a tea and then it stays warm when you go to drink it and you realize you put the perfect amount of stuff in it. I love it. I love hot beverages. I love winter. It's my favorite season. You think Raydao is one of the weakest Apex monsters? I don't agree. I don't feel like any of the Apexes are like, oh, what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't think there's any Apex that is objectively, mathematically weaker than another, but I think there are some that might be easier than others for an individual player to handle based on their chosen weapon, build style, and play style. Like for me, Noodles and Raydao are more straightforward than Tuna. I have a hard time reading Tuna. Just like putting her big belly everywhere, and I'm like, oh, I bet she's gonna go over there, and she's like, bitch, you thought, and she does like a somersault in the air. Like, I have a really hard time reading Tuna. But I know for other people that's not true. I think it might be more individualized potentially. But good to see a live stream. E33 got a content update? When? What? How? What? When? What? How? Hold on. After the... What did they drop? There's a... Okay, so they just dropped the trailer. There's not actually, like, stuff to play? Oh, there's a new area? It's just out. The DLC has just been released. Oh. Well, if I get to that, it's probably not going to be for a couple of weeks because it's Monster Hunter next week. And then probably the week after that, I'm going to take the weekend off because it's Christmas. So maybe the first would be the soonest we could possibly play that. And then poor Silk Song will have gone a month before I've touched her. Oh God, there's too many games. There's too many. I can't believe they dropped it right after the Game Awards. I guess it makes sense, right? Since they swept so intensely, but wow. Do we have any idea how big it is? Like if it's out, surely some people have already looked at it, right? 2025 is the gaming year that never ends. Straight up until the very end of the year, we are still getting good bangers in 2025. I've said, I will say it again. I hope 2026 is a stinker, bummer, loser year for games because 2025 was too stacked up. Everything was extremely fun and high quality and really well made. And I cannot take another year like that. I need some breathing room. Should at least watch the trailer. It's got huge difficulty. Seems sizable, but not gigantic. Very difficult bosses, but it's only one area, even though the area is very large. Huh. Interesting. I don't think I'm in any hurry to experience it, but I would like to. I'm still kind of coming down from having beaten E33. So I don't know if I feel like the siren call to return to it within the next couple of weeks. Have they, again, the Netherese orb inside, this is ridiculous. I might have to fucking restart my, what are you doing in there? Hey! I can hear my computer like breathing, like, and it's like, just stop blowing the exposure out. It'd be totally fine. Patch says there's a new playable environment and more they added on to Endless Tower. That's really fun, actually. I really enjoyed the Gauntlet of the Endless Tower. That was super fun. E33 subreddit is completely unusable. Mela, I bet. 2026 cannot fail. The new Tomb Raider is... Oh, that'll be fun. I didn't know a new Tomb Raider was coming out. That'll be a lot of fun to play. Because that hasn't... This is... Yeah, when we take our break, I'm doing something with my camera. Because it shouldn't be doing this. I wonder if the battery's hot. That shouldn't be it. Well, I'll double check. I'll unplug some things and hope it doesn't break anything. 2? What do you mean? I'm sorry. Hang on. Why do we get 2 Tomb Raiders? And a merchant that sells scantily clad outfits? Fuck. Damn, they got me. One is a Oh, so it's like one new Tomb Raider and then one that's like a remaster or remake of an older title? For 2026 and 2027. That's, yeah, one for each pointy bit. That's fun. That's really cool. I've never played a Tomb Raider game, but I know people who really, really like that franchise. So I always hope that the franchises my friends like succeed in all ways. Sorry, this is also me remembering in real time that I really wanted to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and I did not. So that's also on my list. I really need to play Disco Elysium. I think that's probably the game I want to play most in the world. As far as games I've not had a chance to tackle yet, but I do not think that's a good stream game. So, and most of my gaming is done on stream. It's a shame. I should check out some of the Game Awards trailers. I saw the trailer for Divinity. Shout out to that girl getting her back blown out by a Dragonborn. Mad respect. I saw the trailer for that, but I think that's legitimately the only thing I know of coming out of the Game Awards. Thursday is like that's the day that I spend with my mom. We get lunch, we watch a lot of shows, we hang out most of the day. So I don't do things on Thursday. I don't make social plans for Thursday. I don't watch stuff. So I like when the Game Awards are scheduled for Thursday, I was like, well, I'm not seeing that. And then I was so busy with prepping for the showcase stuff, I didn't have a chance to look at anything. So have I played Yes, I have played Undertale and maybe the first chapter of Deltarune, but I have not returned to that franchise since. The backlog is completely unmanageable. Yeah, and it gets longer every year. I feel like I never make any progress. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna take our break here because I feel like the camera is getting worse, and I need to look at this before it starts like the vines of like flames on the side of my face. So we'll take a break here. I'm gonna look at my camera. I will boot up Monster Hunter Wilds. I will put the lobby code in the sub chat on Discord. We will get ready. We will go form groups, whatever you need, hunt with each other. I will be hunting. I need 9-star stuff. Please no Steve. Like, I'll do it, but oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I love you guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy the music, and I'll have things set up for us when we get back. And hopefully I will have fixed this problem we're having. I don't know. Weird stuff. Okay. I'll be back. Uh-oh. That's not great. Well, the webcam is not working anymore. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello? You can hear me. Okay. This is fun. Hold on. Do you see me now? I unplugged it and I turned it off and I unplugged both of the connectors from the PC. Accidentally unplugged my monitor. That was fun. That was cool. I think maybe I did all of the fixes I could make. So hopefully, thought we were in for a game podcast. No. Okay. I think, and we're going into the small cam, which is probably gonna fix some things as well. Wilds is running. The lobby code has been posted on Discord in the subzone. We got some stuff to do. We have some stuff to do, and I would like people's opinion on the set that I'm thinking of running for GOG and decos that people believe may be helpful for a dual blades user such as myself. So give me a second to run us. Yes! Okay. Let's see if I continue to glow like a malign artifact forged in the fires of Mount Doom. But I think hopefully I've fixed the problem.
Everyone here has been doing
And
well.
then this is the set that I'm thinking about running. So we've got I've got a Fire Ardian and a Dragon Ardian, which is this one, which I think will be good for the hunt. And then as far as like individual set, but can I just hang on? Can I just get rid of some stuff? Is there just like a one-click clear? Can I just like get rid of you? Can I take? I can't. I can just take you off by double clicking. Fantastic. So I was thinking of doing any miscellaneous combination of sorry, it's actually really hard to think critically with the Omega music playing. Like, it's great to vibe to. I was thinking of doing, I think, because that'll give me, so that'll give me 3 bursts, which is really good for dual blades. And then I was looking at, I forget if I was thinking of doing Mizu pants or not. I don't think I was. And then I was thinking, that's Dreamwalker. That's Bale. That's the diver suit. That's Omega. Where's my... Wait, Noodles, where are your clothes? Here we go. So this will give me counter strike, so we might not need that. But I think... Evade window would be great. So I think we want evade window. Let me just double check. Oh, this gives Wex, though. And stamina surge. Okay, fuck it. Let's do that instead. Oh, it's that Steve. That's not even Ray Dow. Ray Dow gives me latent power. But Ray Dow voltage might be really good. That's a really tough call. I feel like Steve would be the better option here. Okay, let's stack Ray Dow and then see how it feels. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Yeah, I know we have a decent amount of people who may not be qualified to give dual blade advice, but any kind of feedback I can get would be really helpful. And if I do actually like settle on a set and decos, I'll probably show that off before we go into the GOG hunt on Tuesday. And then if people are like, yes, good, then I'll spend all the spheres. So I don't end up in a situation where we need to make changes and I don't have the resources to make those changes. Date extender would be really good. I think that will beat out anything we get from Noodles. Resentment, yeah, I think we're gonna want that. So this is just all Ray Dow at this point, which means I think if I want the synergy with the new Udra Gamma, our next 2 pieces have to be Noodles. 3 Gamma is really... Okay, I was just about to look at the Noodles belt. Where is that? Where is that? Tools? No, I was like, tool specialist. That's burst and ambush. I don't know if we ever really use ambush, so that may not necessarily be a super great call for us, but... And then the rest of the noodles bits are... Speed eating and resentment. I feel like stamina surge is gonna be the better call, but I don't know if running all of Ray Dow is the best bet. No, this is the armor I was thinking about using for GOG, just as far as like skills went. Obviously, I'm not gonna necessarily like pop any decos in, but I feel like this could be pretty strong. Looks like we've got crit boost maximized, which again is potentially not doing me any favors because my affinity is only 10%. We could get 2 more stacks of latent power, a couple more of I would like to have more evade window and extender, but we can manage that with decos. Wex is really low. Heaven's Door, what was the skill on one of the gamma sets that gave you like an extra cart? Because I know there's Feline Moxie and I know there's Insurance, but I swore I could remember when the Arch-Tempereds were released, there was a special skill in one of the gamma sets that also gave you Lord Soul. If you're going for burst, Udra 3 piece is basically required. Why? That's called Lord Soul. And where do I see that? And that's just on AT Ray Dow. Ooh, Bob says all of the gamma sets have it. So
Good.
3 pieces of gamma, the same gamma set, like 3 pieces of Ray Dow, 3 pieces of tuna, or any 3 gamma. Any of them. So we definitely need 3 of the gamma pieces then. But that means I might not have to do a full 2, and then 1, like any 3. So that gives us a little bit of mix and match flexibility. 3 gamma pieces for Lord Soul. And then I saw some people say that I considered using one of the set build. What is a set builder? Is that in the game? Udra 3 is just the most efficient way to get 5 burst right now. This feels like a potentially like stupid question. Is burst actually that good? Because I feel like when we were doing some initial builds, people had told me that like just taking 1 level in burst is more optimized than trying to get a whole bunch of levels in burst. Wee's gonna be running. I was just about to look at loggy stuff actually, so hold on. New 2 times. Ray 1 and then loggy 2. Because on paper I really like some of the stuff that we get from Steve, but I'd seen some people online talk about comboing noodles with loggy. And that, I didn't have a lot of time to like read about their explanations why, but it didn't seem to make a lot of sense to me because loggy is what takes like your thunder damage or your thunder defense and then gives you extra damage because of that. But I don't think we're going to need to bring thunder into this fight. So depends on the weapon. Lord Rawl, no, unfortunately my Hades 1 playthrough was on Twitch before simulcasting was an option. For a really long time on Twitch, if you were a partnered streamer, it was specifically against TOS to stream to more than 1 platform. And if they found out about it, they could knock you because you were breaking the rules. And a couple years ago, they lifted that restriction, which is when we started simulcasting, which has really given us the benefit of, it wasn't even about like reaching a wider audience. It was archiving all that footage that I really wanted. So unfortunately Hades, we lost the Hades playthrough because it's not backed up on YouTube. And then like adding insult to injury, like this is really salt in the wound. A couple of months ago, earlier this year, I was doing a file transfer between like my big external drive and the VOD files that I had on my PC, and it fell off the desk and I lost almost all of our archived footage. And now all of that, if it's not on YouTube, it's just gone. I lost all of Dark Souls 1. I lost most of God of War, but that's backed up. Hollow Knight's backed up. I lost Twilight Princess. I lost Breath of the Wild. I lost all of Elden Ring. All of DS2. Most of DS3. Really, really, really sad stuff. Really sad stuff. So unfortunately, yeah, if it's not on YouTube, not only can you not watch it, it doesn't exist because all of those files were corrupted. Which absolutely breaks my heart. Yeah. Oh, a set builder is a website that lets you put in what skills you want and that shows you the armors you will need to make it happen. That's really convenient. Did a player put that together? That's so cool. I love the support and passion in this community. That's awesome. Okay. So, and that's called a set builder. Is there one that you recommend? I'm assuming there's probably only a handful, maybe even only one. Because I'm always looking to do like the maximum amount of evade extender and evade window possible. Anything else? And like Wex would be great because I think that's really neat. Wex, especially if we can combo that with potentially like some of the skills from Guardian Arkveld, which will give us health when we break wounds. Because I'm kind of a risky player. No, we don't want risk for GOG. What the fuck am I talking about? Comfort, comfort, living forever, immortality, heals. That's what we want. We can be greedy when we know the fight. We do not want to be greedy when we are learning. That is stupid. That is a stupid thing a moron would say. Okay, yeah. I heard myself say, I don't know what I was on. Very faithfully, like, yeah, I can be risky in GOG. I'm gonna take chances. I'm gonna make misplays and see if they pay off. No, that's not happening. Okay. They've been putting these websites together since I love that. Okay, I will absolutely have to check at least one of those for me. Yeah, Lord Rawl, it was devastating to me because like I took it in for recovery immediately, which was not inexpensive, by the way. And then they had it for enough time that I thought that like I had been scammed. I was like, okay, they just like stole my information and have all my data now. And then I heard back from them like 6 months later and they were like, drive's dead, got all we could off it. And I was like, did you get a lot? And they were like, nope. And I was like, then what were you doing with it? You had it so long. I don't understand. Anyway, here's like $2,000. Thanks a lot. It sucked. It sucked really bad. I would very much like to play Hades 2. It's just a question of finding the time. What are the loggy? Hang on. I know so at least one person recommended loggy bottoms. So let me see what the loggy bottoms are. Hold on. Sorry, this is me realizing the diva is performing. I have not heard her sing Song of One since Dream Spell. It's my favorite performance. It's killing me. I can't hear it. I should check and see what she's playing next. Because if she's gonna sing Song of One, I want to know. Oh, Loggy gives Wex. All right, y'all might have been onto something with the Loggy bits. What do his gauntlets do? Stamina surge and weak. Oh, Loggy's set is fantastic. Wow, of course Loggy's fantastic. All he does is win. I love this monster. Great monster. Has beef with the Wraths, just like me for real. And the 2-piece set gives a nice chunk of affinity. Ooh. Okay. I like that. And the affinity could be nice because I don't have any in my weapon at all right now. Ray Y arms are evade extender 2. So that's more efficient. Okay, so we'll keep the arms as Ray Dow. I would like if I could get one more Loggy piece in here or one more Udra piece since we need 3 Gamma. But if I'm going to get the bump from having a second Loggy, we need to replace one of these. Loggy boots and Loggy waist. Do you think that's better than getting the extra levels in burst? I do. So I like the Azuz meal, but I like the Azuz meal on like a fight I'm comfortable with. When I'm learning, I almost always default to Kunafa or Suja, because Suja gives me Moxie and insurance, and while insurance will pop for the whole team, Moxie's for you. And again, it's like I want to give myself as many opportunities to make mistakes as possible without those mistakes being hunt ending. Double Augie's good for thunder builds. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be taking thunder into this hunt. It's probably just. I'm assuming it's gonna be a lot of dragon. Burst is really hard to pass up on DB right now. Yeah. Oh, that's true. I can also put burst in the decos. Okay. Let's take these. And then we'll lock in on the sand braces because I think the 2 evade extender is really nice. 3 of the latent power. We get more Wex and stamina surge from the helm. I think this is all. I think probably this is maybe a really good set. And we've got Lord Soul from the 3 gamma pieces. So this is max crit, 4 Wex, 4 latent power, 4 evade window. Now, we will not be needing heroics. If I'm low health in GOG, I am just going to die. So I think that might be a deco that I can pop off somewhere. But this might be okay. And I am kind of hoping I can get a better talisman. What is this right now? What is this giving me? Also to evade. Oh, this is where my heroics are coming from. Okay. Do I have anything better? I have no idea. I haven't looked at talismans in so long. Water attack, survival expert. I don't think any of these are going to be decent. Or I think they'd be on already. This is ballistics, which I don't need. But this gives me evade window and extender, which could be nice. This is an embarrassing time for me to admit I don't actually know what tool specialist does. Yeah, I think we just need to start killing stuff. Wow, 4 con? That's hefty. There's got to be something. Tool makes the mantle recharge faster. All right, so hang on. Let me save this as a draft of the build that I want. Hold on. Register this, and we'll say... GOG prep? Maybe? Shit. Hang on. And we'll come back to this one. I might need to look at something that... Damn, she still won't play Song of One. It's like she knows I want to hear it. And then, since this is all fucked up, I'll put my... Not that one. I think this is what I've been running. 11 and 2 till crate. Yeah. No, let's do this one. Okay. I will come back to that. I knew I didn't want it to be like a build stream, right? But I did want to give us... I wanted some feedback. I wanted to approach the council. Yeah. So I'll take a look at that off stream a little bit more. I need 9-star hunts. Do I need food? No. I'm good. Let's hunt. Yes. And anything you guys need, feel free to... I have actually never fought a tempered 9-star Jindahad, so I will be here. But I'll just be hopping around. And again, it's like, if you guys need anything, like, please feel free to hunt with each other. Like, the party don't stop if I'm not in your lobby. We all need a bunch of shit, so... I'll me drink some coffee. 2 pieces of gamma with the helm and chest. But I need 3 gamma pieces if I want guts, which I think is going to be really useful here. Do you think Jin's going to fuck me? Hold on. I might need to do a weapon swap. I'm assuming probably weak to fire. Yes. Okay, well, I have a fire Ardian, so give me a second to swap that out.
Do you have a moment? I have a lot.
Sorry, that's the part in the song that always makes me like emotional. It doesn't matter when I hear it. It always makes me emotional every single time. Let's see. We'll pop off the gimme fire. And I know I've got one. I know I just made one. Cool. Okay, let's go. I'll do a quick restock.
Hey, Hunter. I have a bunch of things the others gathered for you.
Oh, thanks, honey. And then I'll be able to pull a hot drink out of my sacred pouch.
Yes. I was asked to give this to you, Hunter.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
shit. There we go. And there's the diva. Girl, that was happening to me earlier. I think we fixed the camera problem. I don't know what it was, but I do think we fixed it. So. And then what time is it? It's almost 2:30. We'll take our next break in 30 minutes. And then movie night in like 2.5 hours. Fantastic. And the support ship has just arrived, which means as soon as we get out of this hunt, I can go pick up yet another commission ticket. Because all I do is get commission tickets. It's awesome. I got like 6 of those things. Ed Smith, what's the end credit song you're referencing? So I don't think I have ever hunted a nice. Yep, and I did not in fact drink the hot drink. So give me a second. This will be really good practice. Because, oh my lord, is he coming? Skylar, what you talking about? Okay, I think I would rather not be in his face. Ice. That's the ice attack that Omega absorbs from him. Outer Wilds has been recommended to me so many times. That is also a game that has been on my list for ages, and I've never been able to just like sit down and make it happen. Now that's also a little. It's a shorter game, isn't it? I felt that cold gust of air breeze right past my face. I also feel bad when we do more challenging hunts because I know that the streamer debuff takes over, and like me chatting with people does in fact directly impact my performance. But that is just kind of like the nature of the business. So yeah, would people want to see me play Outer Wilds? Because I've been really, really interested in that game for a really, really long time. That's been out for a couple of years, right? Do you think that would take like a weekend? 2 weekends? What would we be looking at as far as like a time commitment?
Don't worry about it. Ammunition supplemental supplies. Take a look later.
You'd want to watch me play Blueprints, but that game's a little bit longer. And my concern is that sometimes I do not do well in puzzle games. But admittedly, the only time I've ever really been exposed to puzzle games, they've been like mechanics inside horror titles, which I feel like is a little bit different. Weekend. It is a short game. Who do we? Logan, Rachel. Okay, I'm gonna take this because we don't have a charge later at Bugs Day. It would also require its own notebook. I need to get a new notebook for Christmas. I think it's ultimately what it's gonna come down to. He did not get me. Okay, so that was a much larger A. For a second, I thought I was gonna fall off the cliff. If I thought I would have been caught in that AoE blast, we would have dodged. Oh, I thought that was Hammer. Oh, Fig, I'm so sorry. I can't read. I don't know. This is also why I'm gonna need to try some of the other weapons that I have been ignoring, so I can reliably recognize their icons, so I stop fucking my party members. I'm gonna need to sharpen him too, so hopefully he starts moving. Did I max? No, I think my defense is somewhere in the vicinity of like 400. I should sharpen now, actually. We're about to lose blue, I think. Sorry, everybody. Oh, is he schmovin'? He's schmovin'! That was the perfect time. For a moment, he like turned around and looked at me, and I was like, "Are you coming back? What is your?" So when Arch-Tempered Jin drops, that's going to be quite a long hunt. Because while he's moving through the area doing these transitions, there's not really anything you can do to stop him or like. Can you quote-unquote phase skip monsters like this with built-in transitions? Because I feel like you can't, but you might be able to. Not even a wound break will stop him. So he's going to be a long hunt. And chunky, and big, and strong. Okay, we got a wound up. Oh, nice, we had a mount. That's why he was waiting for so long. Good joke, Entribe. I do think that something that it feels like a silly thing to use a deco slot for, but there's still a lot of monsters with drawers whose tells that I haven't learned, and I feel like we might want to use a slot for earplugs. There's a part of my brain that wants to tell me to just fucking get good, just learn. But also, I hate losing that like precious 3 seconds and like getting my combo all borked, and so it might be worth the spend. Jeez, I'm already on low. Does this? Oh God. Is this the big one? This is the big one. Where's the safe? Rock? Rock? Where's the rock? Rock's over here! Oh, God! It was so close to his own wall, I thought it was part of his little ice dome. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna die. I can't see with my special eyes. I think I'm gonna try to be on the tail. I think I'm gonna heal and then I'm gonna get on the tail. Earplugs 2 will cover everything but Arc, Veld, Jin, and Zaz. So I would need a 3rd level in earplugs. Can you do that with just one deco, or do you need multiple? Dude, HPG effortlessly styling on us. Just like, yeah, I can get him, whatever. That's another weapon that I really want to try. People have told me that, especially in high rank, HPG just scales really well and feels really fun to play. I had a really hard time on bow, though, which makes me worry that it would be a tough transition for me. Bear, I hope you're not running the funny number program, because I'm probably not doing so well. Could always get lucky and get a talisman. Wouldn't that be nice? I would love a really good Golden Age talisman. I have a couple of decent talismans, but not for dual blades. I have some that would be really, really good on weapons that guard. And I think I have one that might be good on weapons with ammo. Like, very, very good. But I don't really have anything that stocks me for dual blades. was too busy spinning. Didn't spin far enough that time. Attack 2, con 4. Did you, for dual blades, you like that? Every now and then, we are so many hundreds of hours into the game, and every now and then I still think like the tracking flare that bows can put out is a wound, and I'm like, hey, let me get that. It's red. And I'm gonna need a ration. I was supposed to put these on my hot bar, and I didn't. Did my hot drink wear off also? I hope I've got one more. Yep, I've got one more. Sharpen again. Let's just heal and sharpen now. Nova? Love this. This is my favorite attack in the game, by the way. Like, Sophia is very flashy, very cool, does everything really well. But this, especially the biology behind it as a heat sink. I love this. This is my monster. Okay, he schmoove. Oh yeah, AT is gonna be nuts. Oh, I thought he left, but he's just up there causing problems. I actually, this is the opinion of a sick individual. I would love if the AT fight gave him a second Nova, or introduced some other kind of mechanic that you needed to do to disable it, or gave him some other kind of like big fuck you die attack. I just like when strong monsters do strong things. I think that's really fun. That's okay, guys. That was a really good attempt. 9-star Jin is no joke, and I do not believe that I was sufficiently contributing to that hunt. So, but we did pretty well, I think. I think that's legitimately the first time I ever went in on a tempered Jin. So, because I hunted so many of the normal ones. By the time the tempered one came out, I was like, I don't need you anymore. I already have all your stuff.
Now then, let's prepare your gear and strategy.
Let's restock and see what we can do. Maintenance. Oh, cool. Not today. That was me checking my watch in real time to try and figure out what day it was. Getting to the exact same point, which it's tough. Even with like an experienced group of hunters that know the fight and are very comfortable with it, it's really easy for just like one misposition to make everything just kind of snowball. And that's just sort of like the nature of the game, I feel. I get that a lot with Omega. I'll go in with people who are way better players than I am. Like, let's just get that out of the way right now. Extraordinarily skilled at their chosen weapons. Very, very familiar and comfortable with the hunt itself. And it just, sometimes you just can't pull it off. And that's just kind of like the nature of the game. Just weird stuff happens in hunts. Those monsters do not want you to hunt them. They are fighting back. What am I doing? What am I doing? I wasn't changing I was restocking. That's what I was doing. I want to see what my sharpness is on this. Or my skills are on this Ardian weapon, though, because I feel like we're slipping into blue really quick. Oh, do I need to go to my guy? I might need to go to legend to see what the actual skills are. Hold on.
How can I say?
No, that's a talisman. Ardian weapons. There we go. Yeah, what is... Oh, I don't want to forge. Where is... Reinforce. God, they really make me work for it. So...
I'm up for the challenge.
It's got 2 sharpness boosts? And we're slipping into blue that fast? I guess Jin might just be that fucking beefy. Like, we're just hitting him that much. It feels like I'm going into blue with 2 boosts faster than we do against Omega with 1. But, I don't know. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. And the lobbies for subs. But I have it posted on Discord.
Safe wandering.
Shido, that's what I care about. You know what? Actually, if we're gonna be fighting Jin, we're probably a little cold. Let's see if we can serve in something a little warmer, and then I'll queue back up for the next time. I'll just use a preset we already have. I won't make y'all wait while I do something different. Let's see. Now, I actually really like just the Arkveld set with all the fur, because I also get tummy. That's kind of fun. It's so basic, though. This is so pretty. Now... I don't know what I was thinking with this one. Yeah, we'll just... We'll run New Udra Gamma. Yeah. Razor Sharp Deco helps a lot. I should have Razor Sharp on this. That's the weirdest part. Yeah, it's got 2 Razor Sharps, as a matter of fact, which is probably 1 more than it needs. And Handicraft? Why am I slipping? That's crazy. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Oh, just 1. Okay, I was gonna say, it's like, actually, I feel like we're probably maxed out on Razor Sharp, so we probably don't need the one with Handicraft, but that's on the Dragon one. That makes more sense. Ooh. Ugh, it's Steve. I'm gonna do Mizu. And I'm gonna take my drugs.
Make sure you're prepared.
No, I need 9 stars specifically. I want talismans. I want talismans so bad. Mizu is weak to electricity, I'm pretty sure. I feel like that makes sense. Also, Techno, thanks for subscribing. Ice, Dragon, and Thunder. Okay, and then... Alright, well, we'll just be using the secondary weapon then. So that'll be fun. And I'm gonna take my drugs. And I'll up insurance just in case we don't have it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kunafa, I think. And then I will be in the hunt. I will join y'all. Do I think Savage Omega is easier with support hunters? I have never attempted Savage Omega with support hunters. I've only ever used parties of players. So I actually can't comment on that because I have no experience at all. Look at my kitty. Look at my kitty. He's so good. Hey, Dan. How are ya? All right. This D-Rust has been rough. It sure has been, Ranu. I believe. I think a lot of folks who may have like taken a break from the game or put it down for whatever reason are like getting ready to play again now that GOG's coming out.
Got this.
And
on our way.
yes, the D-Rust is
Additional
always
supply items.
so real.
Check your sacred's pouch.
Spar, really? Did you like the experience with support hunters? I've heard that who is it? I think like Kai and Alessa are really fun to have in your party as support hunters. Fabius is I was not able to hunt with Fabius during Dream Spell. I was so heartbroken that he was only here for a limited time. I'm hoping he'll come back for TU4. I would really like to see him be like a permanent addition, but I completely understand why he is a seasonal bonus. Like, it is fun when things are limited time. I just have FOMO and greed, so... I'm gonna heal before he decides to body slam me. Unk still got it. Unk never lost it. I really like Fabius as a character, but I also feel like I feel a connection with him because he is the reason I picked up Lance. And I feel like that's really like narratively appropriate for the role that he occupies in the game and like the way that it tackles certain themes of what. Was this a 9-star Mizu? Did we melt this thing? Or did I misread the quest? Hang on. Yo, that thing died so fast. What? It was okay. It was in progress. All right. I was about to be like, I was scared. I was like nervous chuckling. Okay. Started a good 5 to 7. All right, that tracks. But maybe we'll still get a good talisman. Joseph, the lobby ID is for subs. I have it posted on Discord. It was a slog. Oh no. And I'll take the spheres because we're gonna need those. Oh my god, I got my first Golden Age charm. For dual blades, this is worthless. Well, shit. I guess I gotta learn. What do I have to learn? What would this be good for? What weapon would this be good for? I got 2? Charge Master. Mushroom Mancer? Jesus. For bow. Tetrad Shot isn't great on that, but Mind's Eye is alright. Not awful low-key. It is a good dual blade skill. Okay. Well, I'm astonished that I got 2 of them, because I haven't gotten any so far. Maybe they increased the drop rate, or maybe we were really lucky. Which means we'll probably never see a Golden Age charm again. Charge Master. Guess I'm a hammer main? Oh, Lord.
Yes.
I've been meaning to go back to it. Let's see. I'm feeling... Yeah. I'll do a Jin rematch.
Quest accepted.
And I think if we get in and I switch back to my primary weapon, I think we'll be okay. You know what? Let's not risk it. I'm gonna double check. If I stay on secondary, I'll be all right. Okay. I guess it's equipped, so I guess we'll just switch to whatever Ardian weapon has the fire effect, and then we'll know. It's only good for certain matchups. Like Omega, which makes the front legs better. Ooh, interesting.
Commencing the quest. Are you ready?
Oh, honey, I'm never ready.
Yep.
I was trying to time that perfect dodge and I held it too long. I don't suppose that Jin's limbs have a similar mechanic as Omega's do, right? Are hind or forelegs on Jin more vulnerable to like slashing or something like that? You have to check the hit. Okay. Also, thanks for the follow. That would hit me. Bite his ankles? Mind's Eye would boost damage to torso. Interesting. It's so funny too because with a name like Mind's Eye, I assumed it would be more for like stamina or focusing. I had no idea that it would do something to the actual hitbox of the monster, like the resilience of my weapons at a certain part of its body. Very deceptive wording perhaps. He's moving. I wonder if we were to put on the like piano theme or the piano rendition of his theme, if we would, like in the tent, if we would be able to lock in a little bit more for our prep. Because I do tend to enjoy having the music in the tent like psych me up. Like when we were hunting Loggy, we set it to the Loggy theme, which was really fun. And then really scary the next day when we logged in. Keep holding my perfect dodges too long, man. I think he's gonna get me. Nice. Good mount. Hey, Nightside, how are you? I am trying to de-rust on Jin, and it's really embarrassing. What's going on? Hey, are we gonna squad up for GOG? GOG squad? Squad GOG? Squad Mazios, if you will? We still gotta do a Savage. I'm really embarrassed. I ran a couple of Savage Omega hunts with Nightside, and they cleared with the party just before I joined, and then every hunt I was part of, we failed. And then as soon as I left, they cleared again, and I was like, oh God, I know what this says about me. I got a phone call, and my router was acting up, and my cat was on the desk, and a strange dog was in my house. There was a man outside my window. It wasn't my fault. So Amaroth is playing Charge Blade, so I won't grieve wounds. Keep thinking that's Hammer. Oh, I really do want to greed though. I won't. I'll be better. I'll be a cooperative player. I'll exercise self-restraint. He shmoove? We was thinking about shmooving. I love when Cogmine says, what a squad Flavio dogged all over the place. I need him to leave because I'm gonna need to sharpen some. And I need another hot drink. We are just throwing back the hot chocolate right now. How's everything else doing? Okay, let's start with hot beverage.
Thanks, that helped.
Okay, now he's gonna do his silly stuff. I did the hot drink but didn't sharpen. I'm gonna be kind of goofy. Hey Jin, don't hit me. Let's be cool with each other. Thanks, Jin. when it's cool outside, I started thinking about hot chocolate, ran right into that. I exist in a constant state of wanting hot chocolate. I really like marshmallow, and although chocolate I'm not necessarily that fond of as a flavor, I love hot drinks and I love marshmallow. It is so good. Hot chocolate with lots of marshmallow, or even like some cinnamon in it, delicious. I've seen some people do like Earl Grey hot chocolate, which I'd really like to try. Big fan of apple cider, mulled wine. Like autumn and winter just have their beverages on lock. Yeah, all the jokes people make about greatsword missing have never watched me play dual blades. Dude, the air is my enemy. I got beef with empty space. Here we go. Okay, let's try this now. Nice boulder. I have made my own marshmallows before. I don't do it frequently, but I've done it and I've enjoyed it. I've also mulled my own wine, which I think is really, really fun, and I would like to do that this season. I wondered if he was gonna like coil up into Nova stuff, but I don't think he's gonna do that yet. Oh shit! Is that the tell? That is the tell! Okay, I was not insane. I was like, I feel like Nova stuff is happening. Where's Rock? Rock? Oh god. We found Rock, we're good.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was such an emotional voice line. That made me feel bad. It's not that serious, I promise. I just fucked up a bunch of my combos. We won't talk about it. Nice. Jin's like, oh, I didn't get you with the stomp. What about the swipe? Get swiped on. I got caught between saying nerd and loser, and I said nerd. I think is he schmoving again? He's schmoving again. Okay. Hey Mons, can we get an ad break delay, please? Yeah, thanks. That helps. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, that's right. We have to wait for him to make his entrance. The Leviathan arrives precisely when he means to. Nice! We got a tail? And I won't even try to greed carve that in the middle of the fight. We build good habits, honey. He's gonna do some more. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. GOG Prep is prep for Gogmazios, which is the Elder Dragon that drops in Wilds on Tuesday.
Thanks. That helps.
Oh, I kind of want that. Is anyone gonna take that? Do you think someone would be mad if I took it? Uh-oh. We gotta heal. No, thank you, sir. Alright, I'm okay to be back here for just a little bit. Ha! Solo dog? Probably not. Not a chance. I did a little bit of Omega solo and I thought it was like profoundly unenjoyable, actually. And I know that Omega specifically was not designed to be Nova. But I just think the game is more fun with other people. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I should have got on my sacred. Oh ha! Nice. Let's start then. I've never tried the solo thing. Like, I might be able to, but I really enjoy the multiplayer aspect of it. Maybe we'll give it a go if I decide to get really sick nasty one day. That'll get me. Nice! Good bubble, good bubble. Was not expecting the tail flail. You're pretty good. Wahoo! Congratulations, everybody! Good hunt! David, you're so lucky. Are you gonna get to play it on Monday? I have to wait until noon on Tuesday. So I think probably in my time zone on Monday, it might drop at like midnight. If I weren't a streamer, I would stay up to fight him. But also, the idea of hunting an Elder Dragon from like midnight to 2 a.m. feels like a recipe for fucking disaster. So... Tail! Ah! Where is the tail? Oh, that's... Nope, that's head. So head. Here's tail. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the reminder. Alma, we gotta get you some pants. Girl, it's snowing out here. God, she's cute. You get anything good? Yeah, no golden age. That's really funny. I've gotten 2 of them and they're both not that great. For dual blades anyway. Focus and weakness exploit might not be terrible. Not playing the game. Listen, I'm in danger. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Also, okay, before I queue up for my next couple of hunts, we are going to take our next break here. I want to touch base with Momunist about something and potentially reheat my tea. Well, let's see. Thermoses, an incredible invention. The tea is still hot, so I will just need to chat with Momunist. So before I queue up, we will take a quick break. Please enjoy the music, and we should return when the song is over. Give me like 3 minutes. Okay. All right. We'll be back. I'll see you guys soon. Hi everyone, we're back. Mommyness says hi. This is going to be a rather pedestrian question, I feel, but I see that there's a discussion about the rarity of the talisman not necessarily indicating a linear or progressive increase in quality. So sometimes rarity 5 is better. And how? Because in my head, it's like, oh, rarity 8 is probably like how Ardian, even the worst Ardian roll is typically better than like a fully upgraded high rank weapon. Not always, but usually. I think Logi's weapons, some of the weapons in Logi's tree might be an exception to that. But so in my head, I think 8 must always be better than 5, even if it's not like the best 8. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Good roll 7 could be just as... Ooh, okay. And it also depends on what you want, which I don't know what I want. The main reason Golden Age charms are art is because they have... Oh. So it's not necessarily that the skill spread is better or the level of the skills that you're getting is higher. It's the deco slot that they come with that's really useful. Because weapon slots are rarer than armor slots. Middle ones have a larger skill pool. Interesting. Use a purple for most of my builds since it has level 3 razor sharp and 2. That's pretty good. Will I be playing Where Wins Me? I don't know what that is. Is that a mobile game? I'm not much of a mobile gamer myself. Also, I forget whether or not I restocked my items, so let me check. You're after the crit 3 skill for DB, ideally. So, but does crit really matter for me if my affinity is so low? Because I think my affinity on this weapon is only 10%, and I feel like I've had conversations in the past where people are like, no, don't bother doing crit stuff. Your affinity is too low to really maximize the benefit that you could reap from a build like that. What is considered best is what confident. Ah, yes, you're right, and it's true. It's tough because I want it all. I want something that's comfy and that will give me infinite stamina and also passive health regen while also making me hit big number for maximum neuron activation. But I have to pick and choose, unfortunately. With enough wax. Interesting. Tempered Logi, Tempered Arc, 9-star Arkveld and Gore double hunt. Oh, why don't I kill myself and save them the trouble? Yeah, I'm gonna join this one. I do not think we will clear this double hunt. Maybe if we pause in the middle. Although Valthos is here and Valthos is kind of fucking insane. I'll probably need to restock in between one or the other. Because prior to... Does 9-star Gore still have the highest HP in the game? And I've got Dragon, which I think is good for both of them. Let me check. Or I'm pretty sure you're weak to... Yep, Fire and Dragon. That's just Dragon, cool. So I can stay on... Dragon D's, that'll be my secondary. Okay. And then food buff good. I think drugs good. I think I'm ready. There's someone with a crow. I love seeing the kitty names. Yeah, all the Talagos make me really happy. And I start to recognize them, like Nugget and Smudge. Someone, yeah, has like 1995 Toyota. Sir Purr. Like, I recognize their kitty names and make me happy. Because I know that, like, more times than not, like, that is in fact someone's beloved creature. Like, that is probably a pet they have had, regardless of whether it's like dog or cat. And I love seeing little glimpses of people's lives and what they love in that way. Am I freezing to death? Not yet. We'll start with Gore. Okay, then I need to... Oh, actually, I have Fire out, so I'll switch to Dragon for Arkveld. Oh, Arbiter, that's yours? Oh, it's Savage Omega now that has the highest HP. Okay, that tracks. But it's Gore as far as like a regular mon. Oh, now I'm freezing to death. Sure, why not? I want to be able to craft a better hot drink. Like, can I get myself a supersized hot chocolate that lasts for longer? Oh, I am on the... Sorry, my bad, everybody. I always tell myself I'll keep the layered set straight, and then I fuck it up anyway. And I think I saw someone see that Gore is actually weakest to fire, so it's more useful that we use that against him and then switch to Dragon. Hey, thanks for the bubble. I think of all the monsters, it would be cute if they were like small enough to fit in the palm of my hand. Gore is really high up there. Like, I think a pocket-sized Gore would be just the cutest little accessory. I want one. TV Gore, exactly! Mini Gore! Have they ever talked at all about, like, the naming convention or inspiration behind Gormagawa? Because some of the monsters, like Mizitsune, it's like, okay, I see what you're going for with this. That makes a lot of sense. Or even, like, Kamatrice, right? But Gore is such an interesting thing. I would be curious to know, like, maybe some of the design notes behind his conception, if they've ever discussed that. I mean, Diva, I've never had performance issues with the game, so I cannot participate in any conversation surrounding performance at all. It has always just worked for me. With the exception of, like, one incident after Title Update 2, where it crashed for a couple of hours. Other than that, the game has just worked. Which I understand is, perhaps something of an unusual experience. But that's not a conversation I can have because I've never had those problems. Ooh, you want to know if it's born with the frenzy virus? Well, so I think if I'm remembering Gore's monster manual, that's D&D. The field guide entry correctly, the frenzy virus is like how it sees, right? Because it doesn't have eyes, it's got the little, like, antennae, the feelers, and it perceives stuff as it moves through the cloud of frenzy that it exudes, perhaps? So I feel like frenzy is probably something it's always had in its arsenal, especially if that's part of how it senses and navigates the world. It's like a weird, fucked up echolocation, kind of, but not echolocation because that's sound, and frenzy is a cloud of particulate. I don't think I explained that very well.
Thanks. That helps.
Gore implies evil, sinister. Oh, and Magala translates with the incarnation that's sick as hell. Because there is legitimately something so sinister and otherworldly about him, and that's what I like about Gore's design. So many of the other monsters that we encounter feel like they could be natural representations of some kind of biological, like, life form, right? And then you just get this fucking thing with no eyes and this phantom-like design that emits, calling it a fume isn't even correct, like this noxious substance that makes other like animals insane. Like there's something so wrong about him, and I really enjoy that. I need to sharpen. Sorry, I got distracted talking about gore and my hunt performance fell off. A trait not entirely. Can we sharpen? How many times do I gotta hit this button? Thank you. Good bomb. I also think Gore is probably the cutest sleeping animal. Because it looks like he's tucked into this big blanket because his wings are so large. Doesn't he snore a little bit too? Honk shoe me. He's baby. He's not baby. He wants to hurt you, actually. He is cute though. Whiff, I'm gonna whiff, gonna miss. I'm gonna heal. You could watch it in real time. I was like, actually, I'm gonna be risky. I'm gonna hit him. I don't think he can hit me. And then I got the dire red line of death icon, and I went, you know what? Maybe we don't play with 9-star monsters. Maybe we put some respect on their names. It would be interesting if the inspiration were specifically like demonic, because I don't get demon from Gore, but I do get like phantom. Which is also just like, you know, like a sinister haunt to me is what he is. I see fallen angel or demonic influence with Go. But of course it's possible for more than one monster to have more than one. Like inspirational components to their creation. We're getting a lot of really nice paralysis on him. You guys are doing great. I got a ration I need to use. Bummer. I'll try to... No, I should do that now. I was like, let's wait until he moves. No, you're a dual blades user. You need your fucking stamina. Eat your cookie. Gormagal is like a wizard casting dark magic. So you know when I said that a pocket-sized Gore would be really cute? A tiny Gore that could like sit on your shoulder would actually be a really sick wizard familiar. Nice, got a tail. Harping again. So, in these longer hunts, where your need to sharpen doesn't really line up with when the monster does not leave the area, what is the best time to do it? Just like as necessary, or do you want to let it drop to a certain threshold? Because I hate having to pull off DPS to sharpen, but I also know that the sharpness of the weapon has a direct impact on how much damage I'm doing. So are there any more experienced players that can kind of give me like a best practice as to when to sharpen in these longer hunts when the monsters are more beefy? Smolmagala Gormasmala. Yeah. Once you start to bounce. Okay, is that when your weapon also makes like the chink sound? Like ching 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 ching. Should have chosen a better word for that. I apologize. If you hit green. Okay, so green is gonna be like the lowest you want to go, and also just kind of look for good openings. Okay. My hot chocolate wore off! I might have to make hot chocolate tonight. Yeah. I also always sharpen on the back of my sacred because I feel safer. Some people have told me that that is not... Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, there's my hot drink. I was like, am I out? Some people have told me it's better to stay close to the monster so you can pick up your DPS faster when you're done, but I don't know. That's scary. Damage drop from white to blue. Quite big. Sharpen as soon as you can after you go. Okay. What do we have numbers on that? What is the difference? He did get me. I was like, haha, Gore, you idiot. I'm far enough away. No, I wasn't. We'll heal. 12%! Or use whitefish scales. What do whitefish? I think I've had to use those for an arena quest, actually. And those make your weapon lose sharpness at a lower rate. Razor Sharp 3 usually helps you keep you in white. I've got Razor Sharp on! And I'm appalled at how quickly we're losing sharpness. But maybe that's just what it's like against monsters that have a much larger health pool. You're hitting them for a longer period of time. Okay, he's probably going to stand up, so let's sharpen before he does. And I think we popped a tail here, so I'm going to see if I can find that. Actually, I don't see a tail icon, so maybe we broke it but didn't cut it off. Usually very acceptable to say you just need to sharpen and go and do it. Re-up anything you need. If you can call it out easily, try to. Okay.
Let's take a quick break.
We'll take the break when Gore is dead. Yeah, I'm doing better than oh, he sneezed. Oh, look at him. Look, I'm sorry. Look how cute he is, little baby in his blanket. And he's snoring. He's so little.
No need to take on the whole group. A large dung pod will break them up.
There, I will never. We have a screenshot of this. I was once hunting a Gore with the people on Discord with the community, and he fell asleep as we were hunting him, and I didn't get out of the way in time, so I was stuck inside his body, and he was holding on to me like I was a teddy bear. There's a picture of it. It's really cute. I was like, unhand me, release me, Gore. But if he, yeah, I was gonna say, if he went back to sleep, he's probably pretty low, and he's skull already, so. I know, his brother's so, I was like, Gordon, you need a CPAP machine? Yeah, I gotta get me some earplugs, I think. Or be cool. Hey man, I was your teddy bear that one time, remember? Am I out out of mega potions? No, we're good. I will restock before Arkfeld though. Oh, he died! Nicely done, everybody! I was holding aggro. I was distracting him. Master's Touch can also be a good option. If you have enough affinity. Yeah, I've got 10% affinity. There might be some equipment I can put on that makes that higher. I need to do camp before I do. Yeah, before I head to Arkfeld. I gotta restock real quick. I will be there in a couple of minutes. Probably faster than a couple of minutes, but you know, I'm just saying. Nice. It actually looks like I'm missing some drugs, but I still have potions. Okay, I'll have to craft some more drugs, and I'll re-up my drug buff before I forget. Hey, thanks for the follow. Practical affinity. So counting stuff like wet. Yeah. Is there an easier way for me to tell what my augmented affinity is? Because I look at my weapon and base, it's just 10%. But obviously there can be certain conditionals. Like with Wex, it could be higher. Or after you do this thing, it could be higher. Is there a way for me to see what my conditional affinity is?
Thanks.
Sure. We need to use a different one. I think this is dragon. Arkfeld said, "Welcome to the party!" Okay, I've had enough of the welcoming, sir. Thank you. I can't wait to hear the AT theme when we get. Just hearing those initial notes, spectacular. Magala would make a cute snuggly pet. You didn't have to wear a hazmat suit 24/7. Maybe we could like selectively breed for Magala so he doesn't emit frenzy. That'd be fun. Also, it's mostly you just gotta math it up. That's so tough. Uh-oh. Am I in danger? Somehow. I was not in danger. Glad some of the old armor is getting buffed. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how the transcendence process works for some of the older sets. Like, they gave us some information in the showcase, but I don't know if I really internalized it sufficiently. It'll be the kind of thing that I need to experiment with to really understand. We're at blue, so we should probably sharpen. Yep. Sometimes I feel like I need to depress the input more than one time before I actually do the thing, which means I'm probably fat fingering the wheel and I'm not doing it properly in the first place.
Thanks. That's all.
He shmove? He shmove! Let's go! If we see a baby Arkfeld in Stories 3, I was really lukewarm is apply it like it, oh hi Gore. Sorry. Lukewarm implies that like I don't think it's an interesting game, and I do, but I wasn't sure if Stories was a game that I really like wanted to play, like I really felt that pull. And then I watched the showcase, and then they started talking more about like the ecosystem management of it all, which was a mechanic that I thought was really neat. And then they showed me Arkfeld, and I know that Ray Dow's in it already. So if I can see baby Ray Dow, if I can see baby Arkfeld, in Arkfeld that's friendly, an Arkfeld I get to ride, that's my monstie, that's my pet, that's my friend. Yeah. Monster Hunter may have sunk its claws deeper into me still. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I'm gonna heal as an abundance of caution. Yep! That is why we take the abundance of caution. Thanks to the wide range. Cold. That sucks, but if I want to not be cold, I'll lose my perfect dodge buff. We'll be gonna be cold for a little bit. Yeah, I'll manage the cold until this wears off. Update 4 comes out on Tuesday, the 16th. Okay, now we'll heal and potentially sharpen since we're on the Sacred Lesson. Oh god, do I not have another? Oh, I'm a fucking scrub. Oh, hang on. Heat mantle, bug. Nice! Much better. Here's my sharpen. If Jay Wu is in it, I don't think we've seen any teaser about that, but I could be wrong. I have a feeling there's a lot of monsters in the roster that they have not shared in marketing. There's plenty of them to be surprised. Oh, hi Hirabami. How long have you been here? No skull on Arkfeld yet, but probably getting ready to move. Hey, nice tail! Oh, I'm on here, Bomb. Okay, honey, I don't want you. I'm sorry. I do want this tail, though. Nice, good flash. I was just gonna risk it. I was just like making direct eye contact with Hirabami while trying to carve. I was like, be cool. Bye, Dapper. Have a good rest of your day. I like Hirabami in concept, but the very first hunt I ever had with them was somewhat challenging because that was my first experience with like packs of monsters and how to drive individual monsters away, and I didn't know how to do that, and then I didn't know how to look for poop on the map, and like acquiring dung became like the whole thing. Nice! But I like Hirabami in concept, even if I don't particularly enjoy the hunt of Hirabami. I don't
forget to grab what that monster dropped.
I don't particularly enjoy the young cuckoo hunts either. But I've heard that that changes depending on the, like, I think we have some people who are like, yeah, young cuckoo fucking sucked until I went up against him with hammer, and now I just fucking drag my balls all over that monster all the time. And I'm like, that's what I need. I need to learn hammer then. Can I explain the lore of the game? No, you should experience it. Take it all. Okay, plenty of unknowns. Let me see if I can scroll through and see something good. Wow. This would be great on a paralysis weapon, actually. Ice resistance with focus? Maybe. Potentially. Situational. I feel like we're gonna need all the ice resistance we can get coming up on AT Gen. I need to... What? I said what I said. Alright, let me restock and do a little bit of crafting before I roll into my next hunt, because I think I'm out of drugs. I think I'm out of the tinctures I craft in the fake fictional video game that allows me to apply and imbibe salves that enhance my performance and apply various resistances to my person. FBI agent inside my microphone. Yeah, those kinds of drugs. Let me craft, let me see. I have 28. I go through mega potions like water. This is disgusting. Let's just make like, I don't know, like 100 of these. Then we won't have to worry about it for a while. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community.
Good.
Almost 600 buffs? Are you serious? I've just been in like such an eager rush to get to the next one. I haven't even been looking at our end screens. That was crazy. Oh my god. Okay, so there's, and then I think I need. We should probably just max these out actually, because we go through these quite a bit. And then I'm gonna need regular armor skin and regular demon drug. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do a little bit of catalyst farming, I think. Haven't had any issues with 90% of the monsters in the wilds, but Steve and his dive bombing. Steve is one of the more difficult hunts in the game for me as well on dual blades, because I get, like, by the time I get close to him, he's already moving away again. And then if I chase him, I just get dive bombed. And then I'm bleeding to death. And he dive bombs in sequence. And then I fucking die. And he is a very challenging hunt for me. I think what I'm going to end up needing to do is probably, like, watch a video on how a more skilled dual blades player handles that hunt. Because it's definitely doable. But I don't perform very well. So whatever cost of, I would really like to cosplay Eric. I think I think I would probably make a good Alma as well, but I really want to cosplay. I have the face for Olivia too. I'd make a killer Olivia, I think, especially if I like contour my cheekbones a little bit. Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna do. I'll join a lobby and then I'll eat, because then maybe it'll give people a free ticket. That's also like, that's the issue, because it's like Steve's move set is not particularly varied or complicated. It's like he'll do like the kicks like while he's stationary, and he does the swoosh swoosh ass shake that sends like rocks at you, and then he'll do dive bomb, dive bomb, dive bomb, and then he lands. And I think maybe part of the issue with how I approach Steve is I'll perfect dodge one of the dive bombs, then I'll perfect dodge a dive, and then I'll perfect dodge. But I want to be hitting. Like, I feel like there's so much time passing between when I'm actually dealing damage to him that I start getting antsy and I get impatient. And that's when the hunt breaks down, because Steve really punishes misposition more than I think some of the other monsters do. Will I ever start making speedrun videos? Oh, geez, probably never. I don't know if I'll ever have the kind of skill for that. It would be nice. There's a world where eventually I'm really interested in elevating myself to that level of skill. But I just don't think I'll have the time, which is ultimately like the biggest barrier, I think, to speed and challenge runs. Mapping it out takes a lot of time. Like just the sheer process of becoming familiar with it and optimizing it takes so much time. And the question that I end up needing to ask myself is like, okay, do I want to spend more free time than I have doing this one thing? Or do I want to do a couple of other, like several fun things that I would also enjoy that I might be able to do with friends? And typically that's what wins out. Which is why it's like after we did No Hit, Soul of Cinder and Slave Night Gale, I was really interested in doing a full challenge run of, if not Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. But ultimately it's like learning the tech behind that for an entire game it's so much. It's so much you need to commit to memory. It's you take this path at exactly this time after throwing this this like consumable in that direction, and I just don't know. It's like I know we could do it. I just don't know if I want to dedicate that amount of time to it. I don't know. The interest has never gone away, but let's see. Ooh. Lots of gins. I could do gin again. I like this lad. This one's waiting for somebody. I'll pop in here.
Make sure you're prepared.
Am I going? Oh, they're already on the quest. Oh, geez. Oh, yikes. Food okay? Drugs look good. I'll pick up a hot treat. Look at Vika the cat. Oh my gosh. What is this outfit? No, seriously, Heaven's Door, where did you get this? What is this from? Did I miss a quest? Is there something I could have crafted that I didn't? I think I'm missing powerful armor. That's gonna be something I need to look into. Vandroth, I didn't even know there was Claire Obscura DLC until today. If we do stream it, we're probably a month out.
We got this.
Time for a few quick reps. This isn't a mission just anyone can handle.
Am I freezing to death? I don't think so. Not yet. I hope not. It was an event quest. Is the event quest still active? No! I guess if I missed it, all the event quests will come back for Lumen Hunt. So if there were some event quests I missed, I will be able to pick it up pretty soon. Won't have to wait that long. I think I need my other weapon. Yep. Can we go up here? Can we go up here? There we go. And I see that my ration is already needed to be consumed. I'll do that when it's ready to use. I'm not needing her yet. I think we've got the time. Well, fuck it. Better safe than sorry. There he goes, and he is moving. Cool. I want to kiss him right on the snout. I love this monster. This is such a good creature. I think from a biology standpoint, this is the coolest one. With maybe Zoe as the only possible monster that can be because of the nature of it. But as far as like organic life forms go, it's gotta be Jin. While you do that, I'm gonna sharpen. Senji, I think they're introducing a special type of quest you can do with 9-star monsters. They announced something like that during the showcase, but I don't have any more detail about it. It seemed like it was quest related with 9 stars, potentially for learning or accomplishing like certain maybe like challenges against them. I don't know. But we won't have to wait long to find out. Does anybody want that tailwind? Loggy is also like a very, just like a very boopable form. I really like the Leviathans. I think is ultimately what it comes down to. Most of the monsters in the game I'm really passionate about. They're Leviathans. So I think that's just a model or a skeleton that I really enjoy. I'm gonna sharpen here. We're not doing this. There we go. Oh, I was hoping we might be able to jump over that! We leap, but we did not get enough height. Hi, Vitalization, what's going on? The fucking Fat Fuck Friday meme with Woggy gets me every time. I smile every time I see it. It's just like, man, you're right. It is Fat Fuck Friday. I want to know if I can get that. This room is just... Can I? I feel like I might be able to clip through his body somehow. Maybe not. Hot chocolate, and I need a sharp fin. Just kidding. I won't need either of those things. I wasn't even looking at the map. I didn't even realize he was Skull. God, Spinomania Legend! images are killer. I am doing better against the 9 stars than I expected. I know that's also because we have plenty of experienced veterans lending their arms to my cause, but... Tail! That time I remembered! Nice.
Yeah.
Ah! Girl, you just ran through a corpse!
You all right?
I love her though. Okay, let's do a talisman sweep. 600 dragon resistance, but I don't need artillery. No, I don't like any of those. Not for the build I'm running right now anyway. I got a new title. I'm assuming probably from killing X amount of djinns. Yeah, and then my hunter profile, no comment. Crow was here. Crow was present. Crow was a participant in the hunt. Thanks, Gabe. I don't suppose the support ship is still around. Let me make a quick shopping break.
I'll get ready too.
Hi.
Oh, don't be shy. Have a
Nice.
look.
Yeah, I need all of these things.
Hope it serves you well. Here, it's all yours.
And then I think we can sell at least one of those back to the shop. So let's do that before I forget.
Check back in every meow and again.
Where's Ration Cat? Hey! Do you have rations for me?
Never hunt
Thanks. I love that cat. And then I think what we can do is...
Okay, let's have a look.
Not my pouch, my box. Nice! Hey! I have over 1 million!
Thanks.
Not for
Keep bringing
long.
in anything you don't need.
It costs to be cool. We'll be spending that money.
We got a sale on.
And then I'll pop another ration. And I think, okay, it's almost 4 o'clock. I think we'll do like a couple more hunts maybe. Depending on how long, I'm thinking maybe like 20 minutes. So maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 more. And then since we have movie night in about an hour on the Discord, we'll pause a little early and I'll see if I can like go for a walk or something before we sit down for the film. Stretch my legs a little bit. I don't think you have anything for me. Check if I have some talisman tickets to spend at the melting. What do the talisman tickets do? I've done some melting and melding, but not a lot of it. I probably need to do more.
Yeah.
What else we got? Arkfeld and Loggy. Yeah, let's do Loggy. That feels good. Trying to get some variety in the 9 stars today. Yes! Monster Hunter Wilds is my first Monster Hunter game. Hey. Excuse me. Who does Dolly Carton the Palico belong to? Shania Slane? I don't know who you are, but I love you. All right. Hold on. Let me do a quick field check. I think for Loggy, I want fire. Or, yep, fire or dragon. I think fire will probably be better than Arkfeld. We know you want... Okay, cool. I don't need to change any weapons. We are good to go. You have an amazing journey ahead of you. It's an enviable position to be in. Have a great, thank you. I've really enjoyed the ride so far. Yeah, the community has been extremely supportive, and so many really experienced veterans have like taken me under their wing and like mentored me to like learn some of like the finer details of the game. Sorry, I looked up and saw this, my fucking tentacle pendant. It scared me. It's been a really, really rewarding ride. Yeah, I've loved every minute of it. And we'll definitely be checking out some of the older titles. It's kind of just a question of like which one we tackle first. I was talking a little bit about this at the beginning of stream. I really want to do For You. World is the one everybody asks if I'm gonna play. And I do want to play World, but which one I play first, I really want to go into For You. We'll see if it pans out like that. Just kind of like getting that game up and running might be kind of a challenge. And there's an argument to be made that it would probably, like, the difficulty curve might feel more accessible if we were to go 6-5-4 instead of 6-4, like back 2 gens immediately. There is nobody here. I went to the wrong monster. Okay. Thank God. Yup, there's my group. Anyway, don't worry about it, Arkveld. You'll see me later. I'll come back to you in about 15 minutes. Yep. And then if we're doing Loggy first, yes, I think it's fire on this skin for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna need to change that. It should be fire on the Wyvern lovers. I don't know why. And dragon on whatever. Common layered armor L. Tracking is very... Really? Because to my knowledge, For You is like... was never officially released on any other platform aside from the 3DS, right? Stay on this movie. He's gonna zap me. Yep, there it is. Whoa, 9-star Loggy zaps for large. Feel like I just stuck a fork in an electrical outlet. Ah! There's the hip check, which remains just as lethal as ever, and he changed 2 of them together. That's the move I actually have the biggest problem with when it comes to Loggy. The hip check. Those hips don't lie, and they do want to kill me. Really like this one.
Check your secrets pouch!
Don't worry about it.
For an experience like Wild, you need to play World. Rise a more modern take on Generation's ultimate style experience. Yeah, I know that, like, it would make the most sense to go down just one generation and then kind of adapt to that before we make things more challenging. But there's just so much in For You that I know I already love. Water time? Water time. Hey, mods, can we get an ad break delay, please? No, not water time! He faked me out! I was getting ready to go for a swim! Good mount. put on sharpening until he goes in? Or we'll find out. I don't want to hit him. There it is. Okay, yes. I will sharpen now, just so it's ready when we come back out. Just wait until I meet the king of hip checks. Like, I want to ask who that is, but I don't actually want to know. Where, what, dive in here? Not, where on earth? Oh, God. Here? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Oh, no, so, did he move? Where is he? He left. Oh, my God. I thought he always went into the water here. Are we gonna run in circles? Can we? Okay, my sacred seems to think it's water time, so. Did he just go for a lap around the block? He's like, all right, I gotta swing by 7-Eleven. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. He's like, you want anything from the corner store? Okay, now we swim. I beat Omega with dual blades. But I would like to do that fight with the Veil armor equipped and occupy more of like a tank role. Because I think that would be really flavorful. I need to get off of his body before the big zap. That was a bad poke on my part. Well, it's interesting, Cheeto. Hey, mods, can we get one more ad break delay? I think that'll take us through the end of Woggy, but we'll probably get hit with an ad block before we start. Sorry, y'all. Doing my best to time these appropriately. Part of the reason that I hadn't even considered like the multiplayer aspect, right? I know we have a lot of people in the community. I'm going to die. A lot of people in the community who own World and who would be able to participate in the World's multi-experience with me. That might be a little bit more limited when it comes to 4U. There might not be as many people who have that game at their disposal who would be able to join in for that. And part of the fun for me really is being able to do things with other people. So, or maybe I could convince people to. Why can't I grab it? Oh, is someone doing the finisher? Yeah, he's out.
Trap set.
Yeah, that would actually be like a good poll for the community. How readily available is 4U to everyone here? Because if it's a very small number, that does actually have an impact on my decision. Okay, yep, but I still got a lot of my heal in, so that's okay. we should heal again. Yeah, we shouldn't test fate in this case. And I'll need to restock before we move on to Ha! Bitch! That was so targeted! That was so deeply personal! I respect it! I respect the spite, actually. Like recognizes like. Some 3DS mods are harder than others. I actually have, my 3DS is modded. Gun to my head if I were in a saw trap and Jigsaw was like, is he dead? He captured! Nice. Was like,
What are you doing?
Let's play a game. Gay person, you have to show me how to mod my DS, or you die.
I would not be able, I would die. I would not be able to explain the process to anybody. I would not be able to do it myself a second time. I think I fell into some kind of, I have no idea how I even did it successfully without bricking the goddamn thing. If it still works, that would be a really fun piece of tech to pull out for a 4U stream. Because I'm always looking for ways to show it off. And I point this way because it's on the shelf because my DS is really pretty and I love it so much. I need to go to base camp. Yeah, I gotta restock real fast. Sorry, everybody. I'm fumbling. Just in case. We'll restock everything. And then we'll switch our weapon while we're headed to the hunt. Nice. We will be getting an ad hit in a couple of minutes. I'm out of snoozes. I'm sorry. But, so people will miss maybe like the start of the Archibald hunt, but not its conclusion. Vixen, what is an ambassador 3DS? Ooh, Zilla, this is the new Udra Gamma armor dyed white, mixed with a couple pieces of speed dyed a slightly lighter gold, I think. The Gamma set's very flashy. There's a lot of really exciting things you can do with their dye channels. And I can't wait to see what kind of effects they give the AT because I think it'll be really, really pretty. Not another ration! I'm always hungry! Hunter is like, I expend 12,000 calories a day. I need crackers at all times. Eat a cookie, give me a snack. We'll just eat now. Yeah, we'll eat now. First week was more expensive. Oh! That's interesting. What were the extras that you got? I bought, mine is one of it's the Persona Q edition, and I bought it secondhand, and I'm so happy I found it, because I just love to look at it. I think I only ever played one game on the 3DS, which I also bought secondhand, but I just like to have it, because seeing it makes me happy. I should heal. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not performing very well in this hunt, everybody. We got streamer debuffed real bad right now. We're too busy yapping. Also, hey, John, can you screenshot the result of the 4U multiplayer poll for me and put it in Discord so I can look at it later? I'm sure I'll run a more structured poll at some point, but just having that as like a base point of reference is really useful. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I gotta heal.
That's okay.
Was your fate call out Mother America? Did you just mesmer post on me? I swear that was Mesmer's death quote. How dare you? You just hit blue sharpness, so... Yep, now's a good time.
Thanks. That helped.
Thanks for the wide range. Blue sharpen, please. I love when monsters do like the very targeted tail stab. It feels like flicking a bug. It's really fun. Oh, nice! Good tail. Now this is really risky of me, but
That helps.
good trap. I was like, I'm gonna roll the dice here, and if he does the chain swipe, it won't hit you, and if he does the charge, it will. He did the charge, and now we are diva down.
It appears the monster has left a piece behind.
We'll probably move pretty soon. Nice flash! Nice pit! I thought he was gonna piece right out.
What a fascinating sound it makes while asleep. My next report, perhaps.
Eric, okay. Think I'm done. No worries, Dixon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ah, that's fine. I'll miss the Hi, Werner! He didn't even say, did he like look at me and walk away? I've never seen him here before? What? Are you more likely to get him if you capture a monster? I've never seen that animation before for quest completion. He looks at you, nods, and walks away. That is so funny. He gave an approving nod. We've made him proud. No, words do not need to be exchanged between us. Yeah. He gives us the Robert Redford. He's just like, just walks off. It's really good. 3 heroics and a crit element. If I were a better player, this would probably be really useful. Opening shot. Stop giving me things for shots. I don't want to use anything that requires ammunition. We will end up using things that require ammunition. That's okay. Oh, 100% Demort. Yeah, when we were like really early into the beginning of the game and Olivia's unit was introduced to us, I remember this moment very distinctly. I was like looking at chat, and so I just saw like the subtitle of Astrum unit in the game, and out of the corner of my eye I thought it said autism unit, and I was like, you know what? Yes, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Olivia's focus, Werner's everything, Eric's everything. Yes. Yes. Yep, they're all on the spectrum. All right. My food buff just ran out.
Come on over.
It's about 4:15. I think maybe this is where we should call it for today. I could keep going a little bit, but I do want to get up and step away from the computer before I sit back down in front of the computer for the movie that we will watch on Discord in 45 minutes. If you are a subscribed viewer and you are interested in joining us, in 45 minutes at 5 o'clock, we'll be watching the latest Knives Out movie, which I think dropped last week. I feel like it dropped really recently, so I haven't had a chance to see it yet, and I'm really excited too. Thank you for joining me for Hunts. I anticipate that we will also be playing Monster Hunter tomorrow. I'm gonna try to actually like fill out the GOG set that we're experimenting with, get some decos in there, and then show off some skills and see if I can get some community approval. And if the idea is yes, what you've done is great, we'll upgrade the armor and we'll spend the spheres. If there's still like some tinkering that needs to be done, we'll make some tinkering. I'll get some suggestions. And I think that'll set us up to be in a really strong position for when GOG releases on Tuesday. Really excited! Okay, thank you. So let me actually, before we log off, let me see if there's anyone online we can raid. I have been forgetting to raid people for like months and months and months. That's my secret. I'm antisocial. I don't really know other streamers, even if I want to. Nothing really stands out to me. Is there anybody in the category? Oh, this is fun. Yeah, we're gonna raid another Monster Hunter creator, actually, who I think probably a good number of you are already familiar with. This is Ms. 5000 Watts. That's fun. Yeah, we're gonna raid this person. I think that'll be a good time. I gotta type this username correctly. Hang on, give me a second. Nice! Okay, thank you so much everyone for hunting with me. If you are here aboard the Monster Hunter train, we will be stopping at the next station to let you off for another very talented and fun Monster Hunter creator. I hope that you enjoy. I will see y'all on Discord for the movie, and we will be back tomorrow at the usual time of 12 o'clock noon Pacific for more Monster Huntering. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!